The market will give you opportunities, but most people are typically not ready for them. They show up, they build slowly. Um, it does not, they do not announce themselves, but they show up. I do believe there's something like that happening right now. Are you ready for it? Guys, the market, I believe right now, we are right at the end of the year. This one, I want to do it a little different. All right. I know we typically do a full market breakdown, but this is the end of the year. I just want to give you guys some, just go over a few things, show you guys the possibilities of what trading can do for you. I'm going to go over a couple of stocks just so you guys can see. One of them is up, that's a possibility, and there's another one I'm going to show you guys that will actually show you what already happened. Right? We can't do anything about what already happened, but we can try to prepare ourselves. I have been talking to you guys about getting a bucket list ready as far as stocks you'd like to buy. Eventually there will be a nice opportunity. The market will drop. It always happens. Eventually we're going to have a nice sizable drop, and when that happens we need to be ready to pounce. We need to be ready to pounce. That there's no ifs and buts about it. Find a way, get yourself ready. This is how wealth is made. Without going any further, guys, let me just pull the exact first thing I want to show you guys. You guys are going to love that. Let's take a quick look. Okay, what exactly are you guys seeing here? Let me put that full screen. This is Meta. Okay, Meta at some point dropped all the way to around $90 in 2022. Meta in 2025 got to as high as $796 per share. If you only put, say, $5,000 in Meta, right? Just $5,000. If you put that in Meta, this would be your final profit. That's nearly an 800% increase. You would have made $39,000 profit. Okay, this is what they mean by when they say the rich get richer or people get wealth is made in recession. This is generational wealth. Now, when the market crashed like that, a lot of retail traders are scared to buy, but that's when the big money comes in. When everything seems like it's so gloomy, there's no hope. This is when these guys comes in, right? And let's say you invested 10 grand. Again, look at that. 10 grand in a matter of just a couple of years. That's about $78,000 in profit. Now, when you start getting to people that have a little bit more money, a bit of a bigger account size, you could buy 200, 250, 1,000 shares maybe. Well, I'm gonna just gonna leave it at if you invested $20,000. That's it. This is the amount of money you would have made in just over a couple of years, right? Now imagine those guys that are buying blocks of shares. By blocks, they talking about like like 20,000, 50,000 dollars worth of shares. This is why we see such a big gap when it comes to things like the wealth gap, right? And if I'm going to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about, instead of just letting you know, this is where we are. That's the drop. This is the bear market of 2022 in Meta, right? Just so you guys can see that. I'm not making up these numbers. You can see that right there. And this is how high we got. This is the high in Meta, earlier this year. This would be the high right there. Nearly 800. This is wealth. Now, if we really want to, and this is why I love that, right? If you really want to look at things, let me bring that on over. Let's say, for example, you take that same $5,000, right? And what you did with it, you bought options, and I didn't even buy options in the money, right? So I would say we would have buy strike price. You can see it here. Meta dropped to $90 a share, and we would only buy options our strike price would be 94.50. Now, it would be a little hard to keep it for that long, so you would have to roll them over a couple of times when they make those available. Because typically, the max you're going to get is about 2 years on options as far as expiration date. But what you can do is roll those over, right? You can roll them over and roll them over, right? Um, but this is ridiculous money, right? That same 5,000 investment, had you done that, this would be your profit. This would be your profit. The reason why, when you're looking at 22 contracts, it's as if the 22 contracts, you have to multiply that by 100. So every single contract, it's telling you that right here, every single contract that you purchase actually gives you the right to you can actually control 100 shares. So let's remove the point two. There's no point two contract. So let's say 22 contracts, right? At 22 contracts, so you're controlling about 2,200 shares. This would be the profit. What would we do with that right now? And this is why I love trading. This is why I think I'm so passionate about this, guys. These are the reasons why. Now, if you just put a merely $10,000, you're talking about a $3 million return on that, right? And say now you put 20K. Again, give or take. I'm gonna give you that's like approximately this is what it would be because you might have to roll a couple of times whether or not the 94.50 strike is still available when you roll it. That may be something else, right? But these are the reasons you do things like that. All right, so that's contrasting, but this is why I trade options. Option does not require a ton of capital, but it does gives you a lot of leverage. Now, if you are going to trade again, make sure you learn how to trade options. If you're going to learn options, do your own homework, or go ahead and reach out to a financial advisor and talk to a financial advisor, right? So now that you just looked at this, right? This is the question I want you guys to ask yourselves. Is it worth you spending maybe 2 weeks, a month, learning how to trade? Not just how to trade, but how to trade properly. I'm not talking about going in the market and just doing day trading. Doing day trading is cool. You can earn income with day trading, but you're going to build wealth by either investing, which is buying shares, or buying leaps. Okay, so you're buying leap calls. This is the difference with these things. All right. When you're buying leap calls, you're going to be in that for quite some time, and that really gives you opportunities to capture some really big swings. You don't have to time the market. There's a great saying that says, I believe it's Warren Buffett that said that. It says, time in the market will always beat timing the market. Now this is very key. Time in the market, meaning the amount of time you spend in the market. So if you have your money in, you already buy stuff, you're just sitting and waiting. So you in the market. That will beat out you trying to find the perfect time to get an entry. That's for like little swing trade, right? This is like you make a little money. But what you're going to realize very quickly, if you can wait for opportunities, again, I'm not saying just buy things willy nilly. You have to wait for opportunities, right? When we have those, if we're looking at this chart right now, right? That's still meta. Let me go on the daily so you guys can see that. Okay, so what do you see in meta? We had this big drop that happened. You can barely see the whatever. Anyway, let me remove this from the chart. We had this big drop right there. From here, we had this big drop, and then we rally all the way up. Okay, you can see how we rallied from here all the way up, right? And then this is when Liberation Day happened, right? Then we had Liberation Day happen. We had this big drop, and then we push up again. These are the opportunities I'm talking about. My opinion, that's how that right there, opportunities. Again, opportunities. You just wait your time. The market will give you a chance. Okay. I think somebody just told me. I just realized I'm not sure. I'm not showing the chart, guys. I just realized that. So this is what I was talking about. I can't edit it, unfortunately. This is live. I can't edit it, but you should be able to see that now. All right. The market will give you opportunities. You guys can see them here. There they are. These are your opportunities. Big drop. You get in here. You get a push. You have drops here. Push all the way up. This is another drop. This is another drop. I do believe these are opportunities. So when the market gives you those opportunities, make sure you take advantage of them. All right. Now, let's. This is the stock. I mean, I talked to you guys about that already. I do believe this is an opportunity in Netflix. How many of us have Netflix? Let's say you don't have Netflix. Do you honestly believe Netflix is about to go out of business? Okay. All right, Jeff. I got you. I just fixed that. I noticed that. I noticed that mistake. I fixed that. I'm sorry about that, man. Um, Netflix is not going to go out of business. I don't think anybody believes they're going to go out of business. Netflix they keep making money hand over fist. You know what I mean? And now with now they expanding with the NBA, they probably doing an acquisition with the Warner Brothers. They have NFL games, they got in boxing, they got in MMA, all these kind of things. They are expanding. They going to new geography, like new countries. They going international. So that's all ways to make extra money. They going to add tiers to put ads. I believe you already have that. Adding ads. All those are extra money happening, right? Now think about all the people that already had HBO Max and all these things. Netflix, once that acquisition is done, Netflix going to have access to the entire catalog of HBO Max. Now, if you have Netflix, so Netflix has sports, they have well, they have all kind of sports. They have new TV shows coming out. They have new movies coming out. They now even have Netflix Kids, so they have things for your kids. So they can pretty much give you everything for the whole household, right? And if you also have access to all of HBO Max, why would you not just switch over and just sign up for Netflix? So that's the kind of things I'm talking about. So is that an opportunity? Could it go lower? Yes, it can. But guess what? Personally, I cannot time this. This is a stock that was all the way before they did a split, guys. This is why it's showing at this price because they did a split. It was at 134, and it has dropped to a support level all the way all the way 30% drop. That's a 30% drop. Now I'm saying this is for me. This is my homework. I'm not telling you to buy, but for me right now, I have started a position in Netflix. I have told you guys that. This is why I have that here. I had that buy zone way back. Is there. If we drop again, if it drops again and we got to like right around this level, guess what I'm doing? Not selling. I'm adding. Why? Because I don't believe Netflix will go out of business. So let's say Netflix can just double over the next 3 years, right? So we're gonna do the same thing I did for Meta. Same thing I did for Meta. So if Netflix just do that. Just double for over the next 2 3 years. Invest. Obviously, this is straightforward. 10,000, 20,000, 40,000. Right? You can double up. That's a double up on your money. All right. That's a double up on your money, and that's very easy to get. Double up on your money. Sorry about that, guys. But something in the background making some noise here. You know how all you guys know how it is when you have children, right? Okay. So now this is where it gets interesting. I'm buying calls. This is what I want to do. I want to buy calls. Now, if Netflix double up, if Netflix double up, for me buying calls again, I want to keep saying that. Like, I want to keep reiterating that point to you guys. I cannot tell you whether to buy, hold, or sell. I'm just sharing what I am doing. Okay. If you don't know any of these things, make sure you do your own due diligence. Right. Make sure you do your own due diligence. Make sure you talk to a financial advisor or whoever it is that you can talk to. Just make sure you do that. Okay. Excuse me. So if Netflix do a double up, this is the kind of returns potentially we're looking at, right? That's the kind of returns. Again, might have to roll a couple of times, so that might give or take. This is what we would be looking at, give or take. Is it worth it? You gotta ask yourself those questions. Okay, is it worth it to you to spend a few hours each day learning to trade options, learning to do these things, and start investing in your own future? Buying leaps, in my opinion, buying leaps is investing because it's not something that you're going to get in and out. Yes, of course, you have stop losses. That's always a key thing to do. But if you're buying something for the long term, you gotta have, hey, I'm going to DCA in. This is the way I trade. I'm not buying everything all at once. I'm just buying a few things, just a couple of contracts. If it dips to this level, excuse me, I'm adding to that. I'm buying a little more, or I may even buy a lower strike price, right? I may even do that. And the way I'm doing this again, as a way to control my costs, is going 5% out of 5 to 10% out of the money, right? Because that's the way I want to do it. But is that something for Netflix? I've already triggered on Netflix. All right. I was in Meta. Meta went up. I actually went out of Meta because I do believe the market will give a bigger correction. But Netflix for now, I think Netflix was a good buy. So this is why I got into Netflix, right? This is why I got in. But this is what I wanted to talk to you guys about today, man. I just really wanted. I felt like this is something that was important. It's always nice to come here and review the charts and talk about, this is what the market did and so forth and so on. But sometimes it's good to see the possibility, right? Just see the possibilities. That's what's possible. This is how much money you can make when you can really perfect your game and really get into it. This is the possibility. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying this is something that's you're gonna wake up tomorrow and do it. But just buying leaps, in my opinion, buying leaps is the easiest thing. As long as you make sure you do not need that money you're buying the leaps with right away, you should be, for the most part, you buy profitable company that has dropped at least 20%. If you're buying profitable companies that has dropped at least 20%, in my opinion, you should do fine and you should do very well. That's pretty much it. Okay, so right before we wrap up here, this is what I'm going to go on the SPY real quick. The SPY pretty much did nothing today, right? Not much. Let's go in the chart real quick. SPY did not really do much today. Let me zoom in. So you guys remember yesterday when I did the flag, right? All we did was stay inside that flag. As long as we are inside that flag, there is no trade. But what did we see? I did not make that today. I did that since yesterday. And what did we do today? It acted almost as if we wanted to break out. We actually went and touched right, got rejected right at that downward trend line on that part of the flag. This is where we got hit. As long as this level hold as a support level, okay, this is our support level right here. Let me zoom in a little more so everyone can see that very clearly. So right there would be our support level, right? As low as 686. That's for the flag. And now what we're doing is waiting for either a drop below or a break above. Now, a drop below it depending on what it's doing when it got down there. Let's see. Let me go in a little bit. Depending on what it's doing when it gets lower. Right now, this is the after hours. After hours showing we are actually below that. If tomorrow we have a wick, this candle ends in the wick, that would be good news, right? Sort of like what we just did here. It came here and it rejected. All right. So what we're waiting for is either, if this is going to be bearish, we would need another continuation candle to close below this level. All right. If not, we need to pop right back up above that support level. We need to pop right back up, give us a green candle right there, which would create what like a bullish harami. And for those of you who doesn't know what a bullish harami is, I'll pull that up for you guys real quick. Bullish harami candlestick. Go on images that you can see it. Right, this is a bullish harami. Okay, let me see if I click on that. That probably will show even better. You guys can see them. So it's a big red candle, right? Was our This is our big red candle. So we would need a green candle, but that green candle must close above 50% of this candle to give us that bullish harami. All right. So if we have that, then we definitely going to, when we look at the MACD, we're going to see a cross being done in the MACD, and that would put us at a really good spot. All right. So anyway, guys, this is all I got today. That's all I got for you guys today. I hope you guys learned something. I hope what I went over today motivated you guys to start really taking your trading seriously, and just don't see that as something that's a hobby, but something that can help you build some wealth. Because there's a lot you can do just by doing that, man. Like there's a lot you can do. Learning how to trade and really just buying very good companies, profitable companies, increased profit margin that has done big pullbacks for whatever reason, whether it's the market just drag it down, or maybe they had some bad news, or whatever it might be. So you look at things like that. I do believe there will be a reset coming because right now there's a lot of bad news out there. It's unfortunate. We currently have foreclosures right now close to an all-time high. Unfortunately, feel sorry for those people dealing with that right now, right in the middle of the holidays. I mean, you have New Year's coming around, and you have a lot of people already. And I'm not talking about missing a payment or two. I'm talking about already in the foreclosure process. This is never fun. You have a lot of people defaulting on credit card debt. This is not fun. I live in New York City, guys. For those of you who doesn't know, I'm on the East Coast. I live in New York City, and when I walk around my house, and I live in a pretty affluent neighborhood, but when you walk around sometimes and you see people standing in line, the amount of people standing in line in the cold, waiting at like food banks at churches, that tells you everything you need to know. These are places that used to be virtually empty. Some of them I didn't even know they were food banks because they were always empty. I didn't even know they were food banks. And it's now you're seeing people and you're like, what's going on? And you're like, oh, it's a food bank. Like that. These are things like that. We have a little market around here where anyone can just walk in and get things for free. It's a free market. If you live in the neighborhood, you wanna buy some canned stuff to put there, you do that. If you wanna go pick up something, you go pick it up there. For the first time ever, the past few weeks, they have been running out of food, meaning there's a lot of people. There are more people coming in to pick up food than actually dropping off food for whoever might need it. All right. Anyway, guys, I have to warn. If you like this video, if you learn anything, make sure to check out my other videos. Smash the like button. Please share the channel with anybody that may benefit anything from that. Again, we go live every single day around 9 p.m. Eastern Time, just like we're live here. If you're watching this on replay, make sure to subscribe, smash the like button, and press the notification bell so you do not miss anything. All right, guys, you have a good night, and I will see you guys tomorrow.